What's up, everyone? Alex here. It's January. Happy New Year. How did you celebrate 2023's arrival? Knowing me, I probably played a ton of games, because the backlog is what? A battle. Yep, I said it. Before I start, I want to remind you to check out my list of JRPGs releasing in 2023, which came out before this one. It's got a comprehensive list of games we know are arriving this year, so check that out if you haven't yet. This month, we're gonna see the release of Persona 3 and 4 to all modern console platforms, in addition to some highly anticipated games. Here are my personal picks from the list. This might sound intimidating to people, but I actually watched the entirety of One Piece in a few months' time. And for people who don't know, that's about 1,000 or so episodes. So imagine my surprise that One Piece Odyssey is going to be set somewhere in the middle of those 1,000 episodes, specifically after the time skip. One Piece Odyssey is a turn-based JRPG that is being developed by a support studio that worked on Dragon Quest XI. And if you've watched my preview of the game, there's actually a lot to be excited about, even if you don't know anything about One Piece. Naturally, when I review the game, I'm going to want to ask the question of whether or not you need to be familiar with these characters, so keep an eye out on that. But removed from the manga and the anime, One Piece Odyssey just looks so good, and it's easily my most anticipated game of January. One Piece Odyssey is coming out on January 13th on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC. About a few months ago, I joked around that I was eagerly anticipating playing through Persona 4 again for the 5th time, and on January 19th, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to resist. Persona 4 Golden is finally going to be out for all modern platforms. This is the game that brought me back to JRPGs, after a whole several years of not doing so. And this turn-based RPG definitely has a different tone and flavor than Persona 5. So if Persona 5 just happens to be the game that you started with, I think a trip to Yasuo Inaba with a new set of friends is most likely going to be up your alley. Persona 4 Golden is coming out on January 19th on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Switch. This next game kind of caught me by surprise, and it's being developed by the folks at Mojiken for what seems to be more than 7 years now, because the very first trailer that I actually saw of the game was from 7 years ago. Isn't that crazy? This game is called A Space for the Unbound, and it's a slice-of-life adventure game that is set in the late 90s in rural Indonesia. Now, I'm a fan of virtual tourism by exploring different worlds in video games, and I know that Indonesia is a real place, but this is Indonesia through the eyes of its creators. And I think it's a very interesting perspective to be had and to experience all for the first time. And it's coming out on a wide variety of platforms as well. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, and PC, which makes it all modern platforms. And again, it's coming out on January 19th. Admittedly, when I first heard about Fire Emblem Engage, its mechanics kind of reminded me of another Fire Emblem-esque game, which is Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. But the more I see the game, the more that I've come to appreciate the more refined art style compared to the previous outing. No, that's not docking on Three Houses. I love that game to death. But you can tell that Fire Emblem Engage is trying to bring back the series to its more core aspects. And I think that's a good thing to aspire to. That said, it looks really good, and I actually can't wait to try this out. After all, more Fire Emblem means good news for everybody. Fire Emblem Engage is coming out on January 20th on the Nintendo Switch. And here are the rest of the games coming out in January. Persona 3 Portable is coming out on January 19th on all modern platforms. The PlayStation and Xbox port of Monster Hunter Rise is coming out on January 20th. Neptunia Sisters vs. Sisters is coming out on January 24th on PS4, PS5, and PC. Forspoken is coming out on January 24th on PS5, and PC. And last, but certainly not least, the Dead Space remake is coming out on January 27th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And that, my friends, are the games coming out in January. I know everyone's backlogs are pretty packed, but I want to know if there are any games on this list that piqued your interest. Post your thoughts in the comments below and let's talk about it. If you're thinking of picking up any of these games, buy them using the links in the pinned comment. Your purchases help the channel out tremendously. And above all else, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.